You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
87.9.
The truth is out there. Follow us.
We interrupt this program for a special report by WKMU.
Staten Island, New York. Good morning, Earth. It's time.
Keep going.
Oh, God. Good morning, Earth. It's time to get up. I'm your girl, Blue.
And it's your boy, Sky.
And if you're listening in the morning, good morning. If you're listening at night, hope you sleep tight. And if you're listening at work, I feel bad for you, bro.
Yeah, because this is my work, and you should be getting back to work. So come back to us later. We
No.
got lots of
Put
stuff
us
to
up.
talk
Put
about.
us up. Tell your coworkers to come around.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, we
I don't
got
know
a
where you
couple
work.
things.
You could be typing and listening.
I'm assuming everybody who listens is like some food service person, because when I come in the morning, anytime I have to open, that's what they're listening to, the podcast. So I don't know.
And this is Good Morning Earth. It's all about all the strange and wonderful stories that we find out about.
Like recently, there was this kid who was out walking his dog, and he ends up finding this like rubber duck. And he brings it home to his mom, and she looks at it, and she sees that it's a rubber duck from a duck race that happened 18 years ago in Ireland, and they're in Scotland. So that was, the duck must have traveled 400 miles to end up, at this kid's feet. And
That's
stuff.
pretty cool. It's like a time.
I don't know
time
why. I
travel.
thought that was really cool. I like to find weird things like that, like a really cool rock or like whatever. Like I like tchotchkes, and so I would have definitely been want to pick up this duck. And then,
As a person who lives with you, I can definitely vouch that you love tchotchkes.
I like little things, like the little
For those
things just
of you
bring me
don't-
so much joy.
You'll also know these things as knickknacks.
Yeah,
And is there any other ones that kind of?
I don't know, souvenirs maybe.
Yeah, like little trinkets.
Trinkets.
So there are gonna be more stories like this. So let's just get right into it.
Let's get right into it. So our first story today is called Cow Farts. I don't know why we think that's freaking hilarious.
I think it's something with the Practical Jokers.
Yeah.
You ever do something because you seen it in a show or something. I think something Q said.
That sounds like something Joe would say. Cow farts.
They made Q say something silly in that tone. Like, ow. So I was just,
Okay.
yeah. All right, go ahead.
So I'm on the Google or whatever. Shout outs to Google. We love Google.
Google's the best. Like literally, never in our whole existence have we had so much information at our fingertips. And if you're ignorant of something, that's your fault.
Yeah. No, that's true.
I hate when people come up to me in the middle of the street like, "Do you know how to get to Stephen Avenue?" It's like,
Get on the fucking
you're on the
Google.
phone. It tells you step by step direction.
Yeah.
But I get it too because people like people interaction. So I get it
No,
too.
I like to
yeah.
interact with people. I'd rather ask you, like, how many cups are in a gallon than to go
Yeah.
on Google just
Yeah.
to see if you know it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Me too. I prefer to ask the people around me. People tell me to Google stuff all the time. I love to Google stuff. I
Yeah.
Google everything.
People think it's dumb because
yeah.
I'll go around work asking people at work, like, do you know this? And then they're like, well, why don't you just look it up? I'm like,
It's
then
not
we
as
wouldn't have
personable.
this interaction.
Yeah. Well, then how would I have a conversation with anybody if I'm not going to talk to you?
or how would I know your intelligence level? Like, it's,
or
it's
what
all
you
a test.
or what you even know? Yeah, exactly. At a personal level, professional
Yeah,
level.
I like shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm on Google and I see an article that kind of says something like, why don't we breed cows that don't fart? And I'm like, what is going on with these cow fart things? Because I've never really, like, I knew that the farting was bad for the environment, but I thought it was like a joke, kind of like how, like, birds aren't real or whatever. Like, I really thought, like, they were making a joke. Like, how can cows farting be that bad? And, like, how much are they really farting? And so I looked it up, and, like, according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change and Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, that was a long word. They say that a fully developed cow can emit 500 liters of methane a day.
Which
So
is
one cow, 500 liters.
so isn't a liter sort of like a gallon? Like it's a little off. Like a liter is like 1 point something to a gallon.
Yeah.
So that's almost that
That's
much
a lot.
gallons.
That's a lot. That's like how much water we use when we
And
shower.
whose job is it to find this out? Do they like wait till they fart and just hold up a bag and then like take it back?
Maybe they might just be testing the air continuously for however long. But no, it really makes me wonder. So methane, the reason why it's bad is that it traps heat in the atmosphere.
Greenhouse
So,
effect.
Yeah, and so I feel like how hot is it around these fucking cows? Is what I'm wondering. Like, I don't know.
Like from the sun and from the hot fart.
Is it like just everybody's like roasting? I don't get it. Like, I don't really understand about how these farts are so bad.
Yeah, how many times are they farting?
Yeah, like
what are
it's
you
just
feeding them?
weird.
Like, if we fart, it's probably because we had something bad for dinner.
Yeah,
Change their diet. Whatever you're feeding them isn't working.
it's true. Like when my dog eats something and he's like farting, it's like, yo, he can never have that again, never again. Like,
Yeah. Not
just
them. They're
weird.
like, yeah, no, we'll
I
just.
don't really know what's going on over there. And then so I'm like continuing to research because you can't just click on one thing. You got to look at several things and really form an opinion on something.
Yeah, especially fake news stuff out there too.
Yeah, you got to make sure your shit is legit.
You got fact checks. Your fact checks.
Yo, so I end up finding out that their urine, which contains ammonia, when it mixes with soil, it emits nitrous oxide.
Which I'm pretty sure is bomb material.
It's what you use to for laughing gas and stuff.
Oh, I was way off. Then.
Yeah. I looked it up. Yeah, like research. Nitrous oxide
So
is
wait.
like a laughing gas, but
So you could be walking next to a patch of grass that a cow peed in, and you'll start to get high off the
maybe
fart
I'm not
smells?
sure how it works, but yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I mean the pee. So you got to pee. You soak
They
in the
gotta
pee.
You got it. They're just walking around high all the time.
Yeah,
Like no
that's
wonder
crazy.
people like to work with cows.
Yeah, that's why they're not changing the diet. It's like, yo, this is free high. No, the grass is free. I don't have to pay for nothing.
Yo, that's crazy because if you think about it, like our cat's pee has ammonia in it too, right?
So does ours.
So maybe like another reason that cats should stay indoors is because they might be contributing
Or
to...
we shouldn't pee on trees.
Yeah.
We all have done it. Don't judge us.
Oh,
we have all
maybe.
done it.
But yeah, like I was looking it up, that nitrous oxide absorbs radiation and also traps heat in the environment, in the atmosphere. And that it stays in the atmosphere for 114 years.
So it's just getting packed on. So there's 100 years ago, a cow farted. It's still up there.
Yeah, and like so the nitrous oxide converts to nitrogen oxide, which is what creates the holes in our ozone layer. Isn't that fucking crazy? And
That
then
is
the
crazy.
fact that this stays in the air for 114 years, it's like no one, like people have been telling us about this for many years. They're like, what environment are we leaving our kids? This is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
These things stay in our atmosphere for over 100 years. So what we're doing today is gonna affect like 3 generations.
Like the
from
solar
now.
panels, like after 15 years, they start to break down and they release toxic things.
That's
in-
fucking crazy.
All these things that are green don't really work. Electric cars are electric. They're not even. They're run by electric, but the power comes from gas and coal. So you're not really saving. You're just converting that gas and coal into a power that your car runs on.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So to help with the pee environment, the pee situation with the cows, they're training them to go on astroturf, like on fake grass and stuff, and giving them little like sugar water or whatever, as a reward for going on the astroturf. And if they go on the soil, they get sprayed with water for 3 seconds. I thought that was hilarious.
That's how
I
you.
don't know.
That sounds like how you train. Some people train dogs.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
go
bad
there.
boy. Yeah, it made me laugh. I love cows, and it sucks that they're hurting the environment. But now, the more you know.
Next up on the agenda is the last cherry blossoms, and this comes from DC. And apparently, more than 150 cherry blossoms will be cut down this year.
That's sad.
Yeah, they were actually originally given to us by a mayor, actually, of Tokyo, as a symbol of international friendship. And only 30 years later, they bombed Pearl Harbor.
Oh my God.
So that was an everlasting love, I guess.
Whoa, that's crazy to think about.
But because of the climate change, the water's rising, and it's coming further and further inland. So they have to rebuild the seawalls and stuff like that. So they have to unfortunately chop these down.
But why? Like they can't move them?
No, because I guess it's like eroding everything underneath too. They're falling apart. Well, good news though is that they're gonna return and actually put in 2027 they're gonna put 274 new cherry blossoms back in. So it's just gonna be for the next couple years. So if you didn't see it this year,
Will they be like Japanese cherry blossoms?
like
Or,
the same ones.
will
I think
Japan send more or not? Maybe
I
not.
don't know. I don't know if the original ones are still there.
Yeah.
I don't know if these like are the offspring of those trees, But I'm sure it's just gonna get regular.
I wonder,
cherry
like, it
blossoms.
makes me wonder if they're gonna grow these cherry blossoms in like a factory and then put them there or something.
It's like it's so weird because I don't. I grew up on Staten Island, and I don't remember seeing as many cherry blossom and cherry blossom like trees
Hmm.
as I do now. Because there's like these white ones. And
Yeah, they
vanilla
do look like
blossoms. I'm gonna
cherry.
call them vanilla blossoms. And that just probably. I guess that's like the new kale. Everyone's just loving it right now. Like let's because I don't.
Yo, I
remember
haven't
it.
seen kale in a while. I want some kale.
That's because kale was never good.
They don't sell kale around here. I hate that.
Kale is like something
I
you
like
shred
kale.
into in. You liked kale when you blob a whole bunch of
The
miso, dressing.
Yeah, that was
and
good.
and crunchies, kale crunchies. or
Yeah, that
whatever
was
they were.
true. The way, yeah, our old job used to make a really good kale salad. I think that's what he's
Yeah,
referring
I
to.
don't think you would just like if I gave you a salad just of kale. You'd be
I've
like,
had kale. Like we buy those little Trader Joe things. They have kale in them.
yeah, but they're also doused in dressing.
Yeah, you got.
I could do no,
I
I could do lettuce, tomato, onion, cucumber salad with just like oil and vinegar, especially Four Seasons. That's slamming. But I digress. No more tangents on this one. Let's head to the next episode.
All right, let's. This story is Marathon's Secret Weapons. So during the London Marathon, this guy drank 25 glasses of wine. Like, sheesh, I need to move to London.
This sounds like I want to run marathons.
Like,
now.
if I could run and drink, I would be running and drinking.
I'd be in such great health right now.
Yeah, me too. Like, what? We've been
get a
doing this
nice-
wrong this whole time.
Great, get a Coors Light as I run through. That's awesome.
Yo, right? That's what I was thinking.
Can I order a different drink? Next one, can I get a vodka and water?
Nah, so basically every mile he ran,
Martini.
there was somebody there waiting for him with a glass of wine, and he would sample it and then see, like, he would have to name the year, and then the location. You know, like
So do
44.
they run with him so they can hear his answer?
I think he has like friends at each mile point. And so he says, like, if he likes it, he'll drink the wine, but if he doesn't, he'll spit it out. So he wasn't really drinking all the glasses of wine, but he was still like, he was testing himself.
So if he
while
liked
was
it, he would
running.
drink it.
Yeah, and like I thought it was cool because he got a lot of them like right, like semi right, like maybe the name or the year. He got like 7 completely correct. So I was like, those are probably like his favorite wines. He got some like absolutely wrong or whatever, but yeah.
Let's
Like,
take
I
the
thought it
effect
was
how
pretty
hard
cool.
that must be to run
To
and
even
do that.
name it, I thought it was
Because
yeah.
you know how hard it is to just run and listen to music. I feel
Right.
like I could get hit by cars sometimes. Sometimes I'll take a bike or something, and I feel like once you put headphones on and you're out there running, like the world disappears.
Yeah. He says that like the running is a good way to stay sober, which I thought it was really funny because
Sweat it out.
he had like wine at each checkpoint or whatever. But I don't know. I thought it was cool. He finished in 4 hours and 41 minutes, and he ends it with a glass of champagne. And so that made me the article ended up telling me about this other guy that he's another marathon runner, but he likes to chain smoke while he runs these marathons. Like, he's done this 3 times. His most recent, he did it in 3 hours and 28 minutes in Jiande. Or Xiande, Shandu. I forgot. I'm so sorry, guys. I try to look up the names of these,
Hold on,
like how to
actually,
pronounce them.
Shindo.
Yeah, and then he did one in Guangzhou that he did it in 3 hours and 36 minutes, and then he did one in Xiamen, which he did in 3 hours and 32 minutes. So it looks like he's getting better. He's getting faster.
The
which
more
is
he
so
smokes.
crazy. Yeah. Nah, and then so you know how I have to Google, like I have to research several articles. They ended up telling me that he got disqualified. Like the last one, the most recent one, he got disqualified for smoking. Like they updated the rules, like you can't smoke while running or whatever, or you can't smoke in the park or wherever it was in the
You
area.
can't smoke while running.
Yeah. Like I just thought it was cool because honestly, I had an ex that he says that smoking made him work out better, and he would be with like lifting weights and chain smoking a cigarette. What the fuck is going on?
I used to get made fun of because when we work out in my buddy's basement, I would smoke.
Oh my God.
Like literally, I have a bench press. I don't bench press a lot. I used to squat 550
Wow.
just once, but still,
I mean,
I
it
squatted.
counts. That's how they
Yeah, I
do
got
it.
it
That's
down,
how
I
you
got it up.
start. Yeah.
And then all my strength is in my shoulders and my legs. Chest, I was maybe doing like 150. Like, it's really embarrassing to admit this. yeah, but at the same time, maybe that's why I was smoking. Like every time as I go, like how you supposed to do. You go, and then I hold it, and then when I exhale the smoke.
That is fucking ridiculous. I don't, yo.
Yo, I got
I'm
swole.
speechless.
I got swole though. That was around the time I met you.
Yo, I miss going to the gym. I used to have because I used to do weight lifts too, but with my legs, and then my shits would be mad puffy. I loved it.
Underwater megastructure. So this one's actually a potential theory killer of a future episode that we go into later. Some of these like megastructures, but apparently off the coast of northern Germany in the Bay of Mecklenburg, students discovered a megastructure of rocks. They're both large and small, basically about 1.5 feet and then smaller, and they are set up to be what they think is a choke point for reindeers.
What? What is a choke point though?
So a choke point is like one of these things where it was used. I think it might be a different word for hunting, but it applies. So you would take this structure and it would funnel into a point to make it harder for them to get through. So you would do it or when we used to have wars with bows, arrows, shields, and spears, you would build a structure that funneled them into a smaller spot so you could take them out better. And then they choke on themselves trying to get through their own dead bodies to get in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And,
So they were doing this to reindeer.
Yeah. And then the structure could be from 10,000 to 11,000 years ago, which puts us right in the middle of Stonehenge.
You said
Stone
this
Age.
was underwater?
Yeah, like that part of the land was used to be above ground.
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then thinking that it may be one of the oldest structures that we have in the world. The other one being Göbekli Tepe, which I murder the name. I don't know. I got like a speech impediment.
It's okay. So, what is what?
Göbekli Tepe is a structure in Turkey that's said to be from 9,500 BC.
Okay.
And it's said to be like a gathering ground. And it's a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that. It's a structure made out of like rock that they purposely buried. That's actually one of the things we'll get into a future episode. So if you want to find more about this,
sounds really fascinating.
And for that, I'll get the pronunciation right.
Right.
Göbekli.
Please stop. Please stop. You. Sheesh.
So some people are blowing it off, saying that it's just natural forming, but they said it's way too like detailed to be happened by chance, and they actually call it it's called the Blinker Wall. And like I said, it stands about 1.5 feet tall. Okay, honestly,
sorry, I'm looking up Göbekli Tepe.
Göbekli Tepe. Anyway, as I was saying, they try to blow it off like it's not natural, but these students are trying to prove that no, it's just too detailed to happen by chance. Like none of the rocks go above 1.5, but they do go like wider, like some big rocks. They just don't go higher than 1.5. So it's like, well, why not 1.5 then? Like, if it was naturally forming, think something even under, whatever.
I mean, I guess it could be like the water might be like making it happen, but I agree.
Yeah,
with
even
them
like erosion, like maybe they were 2 feet in diameter, height before, and it got eroded over time to 1.5 feet. They still erode around the same time. Because it's the same water basically in all of them. I would think, but I don't know. I'm not a genius.
No, that's pretty interesting. Connecticut hears earthquakes. So there's this town in Connecticut that frequently gets low magnitude earthquakes, but the sound that these earthquakes makes is impactful. So like they don't really feel the earthquake, but they hear it. Like it's weird. In this town, East Hampton, it's located in the middle of a tectonic plate. So they don't really feel when there's an earthquake, but there's something about the plates that they hear a lot of like booming sounds, and whenever there's an earthquake,
it sounds like it's
like really weird.
It sounds like the plates that are pushing against each other. They're hearing the cracking and the grinding and the booming of that.
Like they're like, why does this? It's like weird. Like they know that it has something to do with the rock formation under them, but it's just like really weird that like randomly you'll just get startled because you'll hear like a boom.
Yeah, not even because when we had the earthquake over here and we both heard it in a way and we both felt it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It was like to not be able to feel the shaking is weird, but to
Yeah,
hear
but
it.
to hear it, yeah, that's
Because
crazy.
the only reason I think we heard it was because the plates were like rattling.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe we had a little bit of earthquake. That's
Ours
still
was
blowing
a
my mind.
4.8, something like that. But them, even like a 1.2, they'll hear like weird sounds.
That's pretty cool though.
It's freaky, I think, that they said that back in the day, who I forgot what they were called, that they thought it was the devil, like that it making the sounds and shit.
I wonder if it messes with gravity and people in that town live longer than others around them.
I don't know, and then it made me think about a Good Morning Earth we did before, where like I think it was like Ireland would hear like a humming sound
Yeah.
at a certain time in the day, and I felt like, what if that is like the Earth moving and stuff, and like shit happening underneath them? You know,
That's
what I mean?
actually a pretty good connection. I like the way your mind thinks. You have a job with us if you want.
You funny.
Yeah, as you know, if you're an avid listener, that Blue is just a temp.
There would be no show without me.
Seriously, I don't like talking with myself.
There would be no you without me.
The you that I would be without you is not the you I would want. So I will agree with.
Well,
that
you'll
statement.
never know.
I
will you?
thankfully. Golden Antarctica. I always thought it was a little weird that Antarctica was off limits, and we may know why now. So apparently, there's a Mount Erebus that erupts gold, and we're talking about like 80
Oh.
grams daily, and that's like $6,000 worth of gold every day. And it's not like, you think maybe because it's like forms, it's like it'd be too light and getting this.
Right.
Some of it does stay in the air, but they found pieces of it like hundreds of miles away.
Oh shit,
So it's like
that's cool.
one, it's like who's getting this gold?
Right,
Who-
right,
Like they just keep it.
right. No, that's interesting.
So and then at one point, these countries came together and basically dictated that no one can be allowed to go to Antarctica.
I thought it was because it was too cold, and then there was like too many like predators over there.
The official story is to protect their environment.
Okay.
So that there's some validity to that because underneath the ice is, that's like that could be really old ice, things living in it that they can test. But it's ice and rock at the same time. So like, does all of it have to be broken off?
Couldn't if that melted, that could flood us or something?
Well, I think that's why I tried to bring it up before. Is like the whole thing that one of the theories is that we were created to mine gold, and now here we are. Like there's so many aliens around, and there's been alien stories in Antarctica that's where the base is. That's where they're hiding. Maybe that's where Atlantis is. Then there's so many of these stories linked to Antarctica, and to now know that it's even erupting gold, that means there's gold underneath the crusts on there.
Right. Right. There could be.
So is it secret alien, or is that what they're telling people? So they they think it's alien. What they're really doing is getting gold.
It's probably that. It's probably that. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of proof out there for a shadow government,
hmm
which is just like paper. Like they're out there doing their own thing, and they basically control us, but we don't know it. We're just stupid to it.
Yeah. No, I believe it. Yo, that's crazy. It's kind of eerie at the same time.
Yeah, some countries like UK and Spain have said that they claim land in Antarctica, and America's like no, and they don't care. But it seems like America is cutting their own pieces off of Antarctica.
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Antarctica. I was laughing earlier to myself because you kept going Antarctica or something like that. Like you really
Antarctica.
emphasize Antarctica. I don't know. It sounded weird to me.
Oh, because Arctic. It used to be okay. I guess this is a old. What is it when you feel weird about something? It's like something I'm embarrassed about. When I was younger, I couldn't say Antarctica. So it would always come Arctica. I would never say the air. It would always come Arctica. So I guess I had like a flashback right before I said
Okay.
it. So I was
was
like Antarctica.
like you're saying that shit really weird.
And then that video where it says if you want to announce better, you open your mouth more. So
Well, I'm pretty good at
Antarctica.
pronunciations.
It looks like you're trying to talk like the Forrest Gump.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
That's actually not the word. That's actually not what he says in the movie.
Yeah.
Life is a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
But everyone says that's that Mandela effect, bro. Everyone says life is like a box of chocolate. No, life is.
We all saw the movie. We were like 10. Like, how are we supposed to remember that?
But everybody, no, old people remember it that way too. Like the people who were when we were 10 were 30. Right now they're
you're
50,
right.
60, 70.
I think he really does say that. Yeah.
No, yeah, look
Life
it up. It
is a box of chocolates. This one's called Dead Uncle's Loan. So this one's a little more weird than it is wonderful. In case you missed it.
I love strange. It's okay. Let's do it.
Right. No, this one's really, really like, bro, you're gonna
I think you mean dark. This one's a little dark.
So in case you missed it, this lady brought her dead uncle into a bank and tried to get him to sign out a loan for her. I'm not sure why the fuck she thought that this was gonna work. I know some people see movies and think that they could do the same thing in real life, but come on.
I mean, it kind of
Like, come
worked though. She got the cab driver to put the dead uncle in his wheelchair.
I
They
think
got
she
it
paid
inside.
off that guy. Like, I don't know. She paid that cab driver guy.
They got him all the way into somehow to giving him paperwork to sign.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
I mean, it worked. It worked pretty
It
good
worked
for
to a
Boyd.
degree, but they
I
say
guess. Sorry, I guess they didn't want to make it suspicious. Maybe like they know he was dead, so let's just keep pretending that he's.
yeah, probably
like
to keep her there long enough for the police to arrive.
Yeah, this is definitely some Weekend at Bernie shit right there.
Yeah. Now they say that maybe she had like mental problems. I think that she was desperate and maybe at least was trying to trick the bank teller to like maybe like she thought that was worth a try. Needless to say, everybody at the bank was like, "What the fuck?" They called the police and arrested her. The uncle seemed to be alive like the day before. Like they saw him in a video, like on a CCTV or whatever, at the hospital just the day before, and he was alive then. So I don't know. And like they diagnosed him with pneumonia and tachycardia.
Take that, go Blakey Tepe.
I don't know. He had something there, and that he had trouble swallowing and was dependent on oxygen. So I like the fact that he pulled up to the bank with no oxygen. I think was like
A dead giveaway.
But despite all that, they think that he could have been poisoned. We're waiting.
I said dead giveaway. Get it?
Yeah. Now, despite all these like illnesses that he had, they think that he might have been poisoned too. So I'll report back with that.
Like she wasn't even waiting for him to die. She killed him to do this.
They wonder if maybe she murdered him. Yeah, but
Wasn't he like 81? You said.
he was a really old man. I don't know. I didn't say his age.
Oh, maybe I just made up the age in my head.
Right. He's like, that guy looks 80.
Well, I don't know
That
what he looks like. Yeah.
Corpse looks that.
Everything's
No, I tried to
pixelated.
find an unblurred picture because I'm a fucking weirdo. And I couldn't find anything. And I was like, maybe it's best I don't see this.
Yeah. Because don't you belong to a group on Facebook called "Is this a decomposition?" What is it?
Is this a decomp stain? Yeah, I love that page. It's really weird. It makes me cringe, and I love that.
Yeah. Weirdo. The Las Vegas aliens. So, if you made it this far in this podcast and you've been enjoying it, give us a follow, a like, comment. If you want to leave some ideas for shows that you might want to hear about, it'd really help us out. If you go to our website, wkmu.podbean, that's podbean.com, you can find our Twitter, Instagram, our podcast even, and you can even link to your favorite platforms. So if you prefer to listen to us on Spotify or Amazon, you can do that also. So, it would help us out and help us grow. And then we really enjoy doing this. So thank you for making it this far. So you remember the Las Vegas video of them going to the backyard and they said that they seen.
I sure do.
So that video actually has been analyzed.
Okay.
So the bad news I'll do first.
Okay.
One guy thinks it's just the tricks of the lighting of people walking by that's throwing these shadows against the walls and the plaques of the fence. The only problem with that is that the shadows seem to go above the fence, and shadows don't work that way. If there's nothing behind it to reflect a shadow, it won't be there.
Right.
So that may be a little bit good news. So the good news is, though, that the video is authentic. It hasn't been changed. It hasn't been altered in any way. So it's legit. But what they also did was running through motion scanning. Like, what is it called when you like a motion? It follows along your motion.
Yeah, like motion detector.
Motion detector. And it detected two different movements. One in the back, which you can kind of see for a half a second when the two men move their heads from the middle of the frame. You can see something caught there. That's what it sees. And then also see something behind the fence, which I don't know if you remember. We watched a TikTok video on how a guy says if you look, it looks like there's a creature right behind the
Mhm.
door,
Mhm.
and that's what really freaks them out too. And then they start running.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool. Like to get that there's some kind of verification, and like because we keep asking what happened to these people, we haven't
Right.
heard from them. And on a side note, their son, he's 17, so I won't use his name, but you could find his name out if you want out there. He's actually came out and said that he doubled down. Basically, it was like, hey, no, this really happened. It was 10-foot creatures in the back, and we don't know what happened. Now, I don't know if they're telling him to keep quiet, but like these people seem to like disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, like even now, like I don't know, maybe it's the media downplaying stuff. Maybe maybe the media is choosing what we hear about. And at first, like, oh, this sounds cool, and then someone from the government says, I don't think it sounds that cool.
Yeah, let's stop reporting on this.
Yeah, so it kind of disappears. Like
That's crazy.
Isn't the water in Flint, Michigan, still bad? I don't even know because they stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
And how did they not fix this already? It's
No,
freaking
it's
clean
weird.
water.
It's weird, and then when we start talking about it, that's when they're gonna start like reporting on it again.
Yeah, there's still like fires going on. It's just like everyone cares about the beginning of stuff, but not what actually happens at the end. Like, oh, something happened. No one asks, oh, what happened next? It's just like, oh, just something weird happened. All right, let's move on.
Well, that's why WKMU is here. We're gonna look into it. Ugh, come on. We didn't even talk about anything that crazy today.
Yeah, it was pretty tame.
Oh,
Unless it was the gold.
could it have been?
Do you think that there's a connection there and they were a little worried about that?
Oh, I mean,
I mean, it really is gold
I
out
don't.
there.
I never heard of that. I don't think a lot of people know about
Dollar
that.
bill
Oh
ball.
man.
All right, so
Trying to
they might
check
actually be in trouble this time. All right, so let's head out of here.
Yeah, guys. Thanks so much for listening in. We really, really appreciate you guys. We do
Yeah.
this for you. We do it for us. We just do it just to make sure that we all have knowledge. I don't know.
Yeah, and we're thinking about coming out with some merch too. So if you think that's a good idea, send us a comment. And as always,
Please check on your friends. Check on yourself.
and everyone deserves love, even you.
Bye. This has been a WKMU production. Signing out.
So much better than what it did last week.
Yeah, I'm better than you.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless America.